Similar like we did, you remember Marape was PNC before, right? Only yesterday he started flying Pangu colors. So, the real fathers of Pangu need to stand up. Governor Ben, please.
Well, thank you, former Prime Minister O'Neill, our alternate Prime Minister nominee. If you go to my office in Wiwe, which used to be Sir Michael Somare's office, you will see a certificate hanging on the wall that says Life Member of Pangu Party. There are 3 life members of Pangu Party. That's myself, the Honorable Ian Lingstaki, and the Honorable Chris Ibeta. Olga Danarula, I'm also now the former Prime Minister Ethiopia, and Master the Sol Oligami also. And so I make the same call. I think the performance of this government has really tarnished the Pangu reputation and the Pangu brand. It started off really well. There were so many really good promises, and I think all of us, including myself, we were hopeful that those promises would be fulfilled. But I think when you make one promise and then there's a promise in current again, and you go adding another promise, another promise. And I think the expectations of Papua New Guineans have gotten to a point where they were expecting some of them to be fulfilled. Unfortunately, to this day, as Honorable O'Neill Mitokya, record budgets. But it hasn't come with record results. And one of the things I think this government has done, and you've heard me speak on the floor of Parliament, I've raised these issues, for example, with Connect PNG. And I raised it on the floor of Parliament, and someone needs to do an investigation. But estimate below me, M07. When they started, they had 30 contractors, and they boast about this on the floor of Parliament. They had 30 contractors. Today, they tell us they have 300 contractors. Okay? The question is, how did they go from whatever was the original plan to now? For example, some roads are not Connect PNG roads. They are what we call arterial roads. So, a road inside the Luanda district, it should not be part of Connect PNG. Suddenly, they give a 380 million kina contract for a tiny road in a district, or a 247 million kina one, and they call it Connect PNG. The original design of Connect PNG wasn't like that. It was supposed to be the main roads, the main highways that lead to ports that will help to improve our economy. Or missing link roads na this lakaya. Somehow, they've just gone now only edim, or not something for political convenience. Or you remember supporting me, okay, me one black contract, you black singona. How much? 300 million? I'm right. Now, when you start doing that, you go away from whatever the original plan was. And today, as I sit before you, I can tell you that the last time ECP provincial government and other provincial governments received what we call our functional grants. These are grants that we use to pay for things. It's the same kind of money that departments get. We received the last transmission of money from Waigani to ECP province was in May last year. It's now April. We have not received any money, and I can tell you, all provinces, provincial health authorities, we are running out of medicines. Provincial health authorities have not received their money to operate. Money blow buying marasin na, buying fuel na. There's something where you be passing finish the budget. And it's a really disgusting thing when supporters of government say, oh, you joining government. In the history of Papua New Guinea, have our departments and our provinces and our PHAs gone without operational funds for 3 quarters. You're going to ask him, how much the government department, and first quarter and finish here, and you go to second quarter now. All kisi money, global operator, no. And they will all tell you no. So my view is that, and they've hidden all the documents, only hiding all the something now. We have to go and look and dig and try to find out. If you remember the 2023 budget outcome report, which me been talked to the floor of Parliament and we've been questioning ministers of finance, they reallocated $1 billion kina in that budget to other things. 1 billion. You know, living money. You can go and download in 2023 final budget outcome no treasury website na you check him na by you look him inside only suruk him this money. Now when they did that, they cut it from education, they cut it from police, they cut it from health, now only reallocated. We still don't know where that 1 billion kina went. By law, as of the end of last month, third month of the year, Treasury is supposed to release the 2024 final budget outcome. I am waiting to read that document. And I wonder how much more money has been reallocated to friends and cronies. Online staff lo kapan ya only lo tingin des la. Plan lo staff na backup na support na peg him scrum kala wipe na. They are not thinking about what they're actually supporting. What are you supporting? You are supporting a dysfunctional government. You know, long time one man batting fighting treasurer because one fighting was aswa the treasurer. This is like no wrong the treasurer. What's happened is that they've sat down in NEC and they are awarding contract after contract after contract without realizing the impact that it's going to have on the cash flow. Now, even one trade store owner, and by managing business blogging better than how we are managing the country. Mipla ugata degree kili mipla got master's degree na kind degree, and we can't even manage our cash flow. How can you run for 9 months going into 10 months? 3 more months and it'll be 12 months. No kat man receiving operational funds. Ogara man kisim pay taso na sina lobbyista. Now people in the country only know understanding this financial problem, but only feeling effect level. Doctors are having to fork money out of their pay packet to buy marasin patients. The doctors are feeling it. The doctors are stressed out. Police have to find money or go beg him, old man, or borrow him, or steal him fuel just to operate. Now we all know this, and this comes back to the symptom of a failing central government. You have to remember, our government is highly centralized, and it's failing in the center. That call by the Honorable Peter O'Neill is a very important one. Say Peter because he had the courage to put his hand up. For us, we know that Papua New Guinea needs a change. The people know that Papua New Guinea needs a change. This is nothing personal against James Marape as an individual. But you look at Mosem, first, Hamas 3 years about here, and we honeymoon here. The people of Papua New Guinea gave you a chance to perform in the first 3 years. Now, if you look at every other prime minister through history, you count him, you go back, start no time, no Somalia, he come. They had 3 years, all of them. The only government that had a longer stint was National Alliance, had 9 years from 2002. Even then, all man very tired. After this honeymoon period, all man very tired. And then the Honorable Peter O'Neill and PNC, they went for 8 years. This line goes 6 now. Or people tired with it. And we need to respond to that call. Okay? We need to respond to that call. Because the fear and the danger is that all man very all belat na frustrated, only go housing, only go one half look sim service na it's not there. They are going to vent somewhere. And that's what we need to manage. So it's not about James Marape, whether Mibla is liking you or you don't like him, it's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that you are the captain. Now inside law, a kind organization where the man who is the boss, he makes the calls. So time will see now NEC start now. One plus contract come now looking more than one plan 120 million and another 380 million. And they decide to award it to the person who bid for 380 million. That's a captain's call. That's what we call a captain's call. Captain, he talk now, you may make him. They can come back later and say, oh, me blogger NEC make him. No, but then captain make him the decision. Now, captain, I mean, making plan the decision, come. Now, captain need no sense. Team PNG needs a new captain. A captain that's going to come with different calls. Because the calls that this captain has been making has led us to this point. How much money lo borrowing? 4 billion, 5 billion. I'm called lo captain. You know called lo mi blogger. Most of the people that are our colleague MPs that are supporting government right now, people are calling them all sorts of things. But the fact of the matter is that or just give him supporters. Most of them don't know how to read a budget. Budget are not easy books to read. I mean, I think 5 plus or 6 plus members of parliament are taking time to read more than something. So, coming back to the Honorable James Marape, coming back to our friends in Pangu Party, I'm still angry now. What are you going to do about it? Pangu, you can protect your legacy. Suppose you play, decide, Namelo you play Magi Mamla Man, come, I'm sure they can come and talk to St. Peter. Mipla opposition, Mipla no what. We are just here to voice the people's cry. That's our job. Our job is to respond to the people. When the people have an issue, that's when the opposition voices that concern. And we've been doing it. Okay? The responsibility of changing government is the responsibility of every single member of parliament. Single them, and if within their 80 or 85 or 100 numbers also fighting Brosle Mogaratame, if within that number they decide to find another captain, people are ready to hurry to talk stuff. Because that's what Papua New Guinea needs. It's not what the opposition needs. Mibla no come now. Singapore one Sunday Mibla like. Suppose you play Belevina like Larry Mibla start yet opposition, you play sense in captain lo happy. Okay, sense in captain lo ha. Larry Mibla start opposition, you play sense. Because that's the call of the people. And we are here to voice that. Thank you. Like you, Mibla.
Thank you, Governor Fred.